Hello and welcome back to the Social Club presented by Ecclesiastical. I'm joined once again by Laura from Digital Experts Factor 3. For those who are just joining in this series for the first time, it's laid out to be bite-sized webinars, and our intention is to provide you with tools and tips to make effective use of social media as a business tool. Last time we covered an introduction to the idea of social selling and the platforms that you could consider using. Today we're going to talk about how best to present your brand on social media. So Laura, when using social channels, should I be talking as myself or as my company brand?
I think it depends on the network. LinkedIn, for example, is a really good space for you to be on there as an individual. Facebook, however, it might hold a bit more strength if it's coming from your brand. Think about credibility, so which one holds more kudos? These need to work in conjunction with each other though. So if your brand is posting on one network, it doesn't mean that you can't repost it and use the same content. It all builds that credibility behind it. I think the important thing to remember is to always be consistent. So you as an individual, Adrian, should be singing from the same hymn sheet as your brand, Ecclesiastical. The best way of making the whole presenting yourself and your brand a little bit better and a little bit easier on social media is to just follow a few simple do's and don'ts. To start with, know your customers. Your social media pages should be tailored to your customer base, not based on your own personal interests. To be frank, your customers don't really care about you, they care about what you can do for them. So post stories that they can relate to. The easiest way of doing this is to follow the 80-20 rule. That's 80% of your content or more should be relevant to them, their insurance needs, for example. While 20% or less can be specifically about your business, your products, your services. So what can you offer that other brokers can't? Be active, but don't overdo it. So on your social media, you should try and post as much as you can, but don't post so often that you may overwhelm or annoy people. This could lead to two problems. The first, too much information can cause your followers to actually stop following your posts. Second, your posts can get lost within their news feeds. They won't see that content and they won't see the ones that are really valuable to them. Share, we've been taught to share since we were young, some things never change. One of those things, so just share the information, but be original, take a chance, albeit a calculated one, but be creative with your posts, show some personality behind them, help people see what makes you different from your competition. When your main goal is to bring in customers, you really have to stand out and make people remember you. The don'ts, on the other hand, so don't neglect your profile. As we said in the first video, it's better to be really active and do one platform well than it is to try and spread yourself too thin. You don't need to connect with everyone. Think about what's best for your brand and what's going to build your business the most. Don't be too spammy and don't share too much. Don't ignore comments, but also, especially don't delete the negative comments. Respond to them, but take them offline. Try not to rely too much on automation. You really need to bring out your personality and don't use too many emojis. Talking of how to post, what we haven't covered is what to post, i.e. that content marketing 101. To generate sales, your content must be helpful. You need to have your customers' needs in mind. Social selling is about adding value. You need to create rich and relevant feed that sets you up as a thought leader, offering a range of themes, styles that really showcase your industry expertise, or at the very least, you're a contributor to the conversation. Following that, your content needs to stay fresh, be able to interrupt people mid-scroll, to keep it interesting. We've given you a few ideas of what to post. These include how-to guides for common problems in insurance, useful guides to those frequently asked questions you get every day, content about how to use your products, your services, even a video. Even if it's just shot with your phone, people are increasingly drawn to shareable video content. Any changes in insurance regulations that directly affect your customers, and that general industry news. We really could go on, and the list could be as long as you like, but check out our download for a more in-depth insight into content marketing. We also have a handy download this week with the do's and don'ts of social selling, so you can have it right there next time you decide to post. Thank you again for joining us, and we really hope you'll join us next time.